Ladies and gentlemen, I am Brock Beard, and this is your starting lineup as they have qualified for the 53rd annual Daytona 500. On the pole, part of a front row with a combined 4 500 victories, fan favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr. celebrates his 400th start with his first restrictor plate pole. The flying fork of the Wonder Boy, 3-time winner Jeff Gordon, makes it an all-Hendrick front row. Jr. will start in the rear in a backup car after this practice crash on Wednesday, and Jeff Gordon's machine was damaged in this final lap altercation in Thursday's duel, but both will certainly be ones to watch when the green flag drops. Row 2, your winners of the duels, both seeking their first win in the Great American Race. The double deuce of Kurt Busch looks to become the first driver ever to sweep the shootout, qualifier, and the 500 in the same year. For the mayor, Jeff Burton, Thursday's race marked his first ever win during Speed Weeks. He looks for his second today. Row 3, both of them so close to winning the races on Thursday. Sleek and swift, Regan Smith for rejuvenated Furniture Row Racing, and the Warrior from Emporia, last fall's Talladega winner, Clint BOWYER. 3 Daytona 500 wins belong to Row 4 between the new Budweiser Chevrolet of happy Kevin Harvick, third in last year's points, and back in car 15, the Napa Maniac Michael Waltrip makes the show for the 25th straight year, 10 seasons after his first career win. Row 5, key players of the 2009 running. It's race winner and 2003 series champion Mighty Matt Kenseth and the Wild Thing Kyle Busch in the M&M's Toyota. Row 6 has a Red Bull and the Bull. On the inside is car number 4, belonging to KASEY's Citizen Kane, winner of the second duel last year, and charging from the slowest car in practice to a thrilling 5th place finish in Thursday's duel with an assist from brother Brad, Brian the Bull Keselowski and K Automotive Motorsports will make their first Cup Series start in the biggest race of them all.
I mean, I owe everything to everybody right now. It's Ernie Elliott for helping me with the motors, and Dodge for helping us on the car. And this is an old car. It's an old Evernham car built in 06. So, I mean, you know, the old dog just would not hunt all day long. And I'm like, dude, we just have no chance. But you get out in this draft at Daytona and you get a guy that knows what he's doing pushing you, and, man, he can get you to the front.
Row 7 belongs to Earnhardt Ganassi Racing between the Destroyer, Juan Pablo Montoya, and defending 500 champion Jamie McMurray from Joplin, Missouri. If McMurray wants to become the first back-to-back winner since Sterling Marlin in 1995, he must do it in a backup car in the aftermath of this crash in Saturday's opening practice. Row 8 is where you'll find a pair of hard-charging youngsters. Dangerous AJ Allmendinger, so fast in the last 2 runnings, looks to give the 43 its first 500 win in 30 years. Taking over the blue deuce to his outside is Brad the Big Keselowski. Row 9's occupants nearly unseated Jimmie Johnson as champion. The Mark V of last year's pole sitter and 2007 runner-up Mark Martin, and Denny Hammerin' Hamlin looks for a turnaround after what has been a thoroughly frustrating Speed Weeks. Moving to Row 10, you'll find the bright yellow fella, Paul Menard, his new Richard Childress Chevrolet, very fast in qualifying, and the new Jersey Fury, Martin Truex Jr., one of the contenders from last year's running. Row 11 has 2 race winners from last season. The Rocket Man, 2008 Daytona 500 champion Ryan Newman barely averted disaster when he spun in Thursday's duel, and it's black, it quacks. It's sponsored by Aflac, the 99 of concrete, Carl Edwards. Row 12 has a 5-time champion and a 2-time race winner. The 40 dominate of 2006 500 winner Jimmie Johnson begins the fight for title number 6. Reutimann, David Reutimann was 5th here last year. Row 13, both winners of the July race, but never the 500. The Rushville Rocket, 2004 runner-up Tony Stewart, and the Biffmeister, Greg Biffle, 3rd in 2010. Back to row 14, coming off a 9-month hiatus following surgery last spring. Welcome back Brian Vickers and the Red Bulldozer, returning for another try at the 500. Robert Richardson Jr. in the front row Ford makes his second start in this race. Row 15 has a super speedway legend and a road course warrior. Awesome Bill Elliott in Phoenix Racing receives sponsorship from Billboard.com and the Speed Energy Drink Dodge this year of Robbie Gordon. Row 16 has a champion and a rookie. 1998 runner-up Bobby Labonte for JTG Darty Racing. And all aboard the Trevor Bayne train as a 19-year-old youngster from Tennessee makes his second start for the Wood Brothers following a 17th place showing at Texas last fall. On the Row 17, where 1 year after Whitney Motorsports missed the show, J.J. Yaley raced the International Trucking Chevrolet into the team's first 500 start.
Believe me, this is a relief off my shoulders, this entire team's, because we got the Speedway engine about 2 weeks ago. It's been a mad thrash, and to put it in the biggest race of the year is it's awesome.
The amazing David Ragan starts 34th after being involved in that multi-car crash with Gordon on Thursday. 2 new cars in Row 18 with 1 new star. The Tasmanian Devil, Marcus Ambrose in Richard Petty's Stanley Tools DeWalt Ford, and the 5-hour Energy Toyota of Steeman Steve Wallace in his Sprint Cup debut. Row 19, a rookie contender and a Rookie of the Year. Road racer Andy Lally fulfills a childhood dream in his first start in the Great American Race, joining sliced bread himself, Joey Logano, who took a hard hit to the inside retainer during his qualifier on Thursday. Row 20 has 2 more front row motorsports entries, David Gilliland from California and Wisconsin's Full Throttle Travis Quapple. A pair of underdogs are in Row 21. Front row Joe Nemechek makes his second straight 500 on speed than his own equipment, and the Buckeye Bullet Dave Blaney makes it 3 in a row for Tommy Baldwin. And rounding out the field, a 2-time series champion driving for Frankie Stoddard, it's Texas Terry Labonte in the U.S. Chrome Ford. 5 cars failed to qualify for this race, and all of them were Toyotas. 1990 Daytona 500 champion Derek Cope for Larry Gunselman, Kevin Conway in the second Nemco entry, the Onion Todd Bodine following a late crash in his duel, and engine failures knocked out both the Texas Twister Michael McDowell for HP Racing, and Casey Mears joins Germain Racing teammate Bodine on the list. In addition, ARCA veteran Norm Benning entered the race, but failed to practice before the duels and was forced to withdraw. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Great American Race.